What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy, back with our weekly Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look out for, and based on that, what the future for the stock could look like. So real quick, if you enjoyed these videos, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I try to do these daily Apple update videos as well as a weekly recap and kind of forward-looking video. So yeah, if you can hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are moving forward, I'd love to chat with you guys down there. But let's get right into the video. So let me hit on Apple real quick and we will kind of see what the week looked like. So if I hit the 5-day chart, what we see is it was a pretty sideways week for Apple, right? And especially the last 3 days, Wednesday through Friday, it was very sideways. But prior to that, you know, we had begun the week, we pushed up towards the 121.99 and then sold off on Monday to the 116s, opened low on Tuesday in the 115s, and then we kind of made it. If I zoom in here, you know, we were kind of trading in this narrow range as well, and then ended in the 116s, and then we kind of went up a little bit on Wednesday. So we started the 117s, we pushed up and we broke the 119s channel. So now if you've watched my videos for a while, you know the channels we're looking at right now. We're looking at the 117, 119, 120, 150, and Wednesday was the day where we kind of broke back into the 119 channel, closed above the 119 channel, which is something that we were looking out for. And then come Thursday, right, we went and we pushed up towards the 120, 150, sold off all the way to 119, went up, came down, broke out of this 119 channel, and then kind of closed again once again above the 119. And come Friday, we dropped below the 119, try to hit up against it, fail, come back up, hit up against it, and close above the 119. So as you can see, right, what we're trying to figure out is what Apple is going to do next. Now we've got the 117 here, 119 here, and 120, 150 here. The key thing to look out for at Apple stock this week, in my opinion, is where we fall in those channels. There are so many times in the week, right? Take Friday, when we are pushing up against 119, right? It struggled a little bit for the first time. Going back, when it was trying to come below 119, right? It was like a hit, came up, we hit, we came up, and then we kind of broke through. So, I mean, the reason I have these channels, right, this time on Wednesday at 117 acted as support. On Tuesday, you know, we're basically hitting up against 117, barely breaking it. So the reason I bring all this up is to say, you know, these points in the stock are sort of what the stock is hitting up against, trying to break through. So if we fall, right, tomorrow, come Monday, it might stop at 119, or it might keep going, and then, you know, we'll find more support between 119 and 117. But if we break 117, that's sort of, you know, where we have the other supports come in. So let me cover those, and then I'll kind of decide or tell you guys about my trade plan going into the week. So we've got the moving averages on the daily chart coming in at, let's see, we've got them coming in at 115.09 and 115.52 between the 50-day moving average and the 20-day moving average, right? So what does that tell me? It tells me that we've got good support in the 115s. And then let me take a look at the EMAs. And we've got the 8 EMA at 117.55. We've got the 21 EMA at 116.33. The 34 at 115.86, 55 at 114.31, and the 89 EMA at 110.24. Now, what do those numbers mean, right? The 89 EMA, if we fall to 110, should hold up as great support. Above that, though, you know, we've got great support. We've got good support at the 55, 34, and 21 at 114, 115, 116. If we were to break the 119 mark, the next point I'm looking out for is the 8 EMA, which will be right there, which is at 117.55. Then I'm looking at the 117 line, and then I'm kind of lightly keeping in. I mean, if we're weak enough to break out of the 117, I'm lightly looking at the 116, 115, and 114, specifically around the ranges that we see on the 8 EMA. So we break 117, I'm hopefully looking for that 21 EMA to hold. Not exactly at 116.33, right? But around that. So maybe when it gets to 116.50, I'm like, okay, is it going to reverse or is it going to keep going? Stuff like that. And then kind of, you know, based on that, what we see now is, as you remember, right, 2 days ago, or Thursday, 2 trading days ago, we set a high of 120.50. That's something we were not able to break through. So if we were to move up from this 119 mark, then I'm looking for that 120.53, which is the high point set 2 days ago, to see if we have enough momentum to kind of break through that. If we do break through that, the next point I'm watching is this horizontal line, which is 121.48. And then what we're watching is the 121.99. So those are three sort of slight levels of resistance that I'm watching. And once we get 121.99, basically 122, that puts us, the highest we've been since 10/14, October 14. So the next point I'm looking for is 123 to take out, and then I'm looking at 125. I don't know which one it's going to do. That's just me being honest. But I do know is that we've been very volatile this week, right? We'll go up to 120, we'll drop to 117, and then we'll push up. I'm letting you know as someone who maybe you invest in Apple, maybe you trade in Apple, as these are the points you could look out for. So if it's falling, where does it bounce? Does it bounce on 119? Do we bounce off the 8 EMA and the 117s? Do we bounce perfectly off that 117 mark? That's something for you to decide on whether you want to, maybe buy more at a certain point. You want to buy options at that point. But always make sure to kind of understand what you're doing before you do it, and stick to your trade plan before you kind of take the trade. Now, another thing that I kind of want to share is the goods and bads of the market currently. So we've got still, coronavirus cases are on the rise, more than 100,000 cases over the past couple of days. That's something that could bring uncertainty into the market. Maybe it ends up being a little bit good for tech, right? Because people staying at home using more tech. But do we see a rally? That's something that I'm not sure of, but just something to keep in mind, right? Coronavirus cases, uncertainty could lead to a sell-off. And then the other one is, I think so the reason the market did fine after the election was because of the gridlock, right? The Senate still is Republican. So I know that there's a couple seats up for grabs, and now if those go to the Democrats, then the Democrats have the House, presidency, and the Senate, which could be bad for the markets because, so that's something that, the market probably might not like, because now they have, kind of the power to do anything that they want. And then the good news, right, that's probably also coming is we're going to get a coronavirus stimulus bill at some point, whether that's now, soon, or when the new administration takes place in January. And then the other one is we're probably going to get vaccine news. So we got Pfizer's vaccine news about the 90% effectiveness of their vaccine. There's a couple other brands, or a couple other companies, excuse me, that are also performing the trials. So Moderna, we've got Johnson & Johnson, Inovio. Like there's a bunch that are sort of kind of behind Pfizer. So if we see more positive news, more vaccine candidates, or we hear more about Pfizer's vaccine getting approved, something along those lines, I think that pushes the markets up too. Now maybe that's more for the depressed stocks like airlines, cruises, hotels than it is for tech, but just something to keep in mind. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm just trying to kind of outline, hey, if we move up, where could we stop? That could be a good exit point, or where do I think it's going to reverse to where I maybe sell and then buy low, or maybe I buy a put, wait for it to go down, sell my put, or if it's going down, I think it's going to reverse at a certain point, I buy and I profit on the way up. So that's kind of how I've been trading, right? There's no rhyme or reason for the stock to be moving. We're not really getting many catalyst events right now, right? iPhone's over, MacBook event's over. So what I'm looking out for now is, the volatility around the general market and how we can take advantage of that. So hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hope you guys all had an amazing weekend and have a great start to your week tomorrow morning. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.